Hello YouTube, welcome to another Explain 11 video. We haven't done one for quite a long time now. There's not been that much to really talk about as regards new aircraft, etc. A lot of things been going on with Explain, you know, that as I speak at the moment the Explain 1130 Beta 4 is out, and it looks rather nice. We're in the Explain 11.26 R2 at the moment, and we're at Birmingham Airport in the UK, and I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. First of all, Orbix for the southern England has been released recently, and wanted to just give you a quick look at that. I have to say it's absolutely fantastic. It really is good. There's a bit of a hit on frames. Frame rates drop a little bit, but that's probably to be expected. So what we'll do, we'll just get a bit of altitude here and have a quick look at some of this Orbix scenery. And I have to say, it really is, they've made a fantastic job. I think there are another 2 releases to come out soon. Orbix North, and I'm not sure if it's Scotland, but look, it's great. Just look at this. It is absolutely fantastic. It's about 30, I think it was 30 UK pounds, and it covers, as I say, from Birmingham up in the Midlands right down south to the south coast of England. I don't think it covers Wales. I'm not sure. I've not tried it, but it's fantastic. Well, we just have a look around here. The other thing I've been dabbling with just recently is VR. I took the plunge a few weeks ago and bought myself an Oculus Rift VR headset, and after visiting the flight sim show at Cosford, which is not too far from where I live, I had a try at Cosford at a couple of VR headsets, and I thought, well, this is fantastic. I've got to take the plunge and get one, and I did. And I have to tell you, it's not 100%. There are little issues with VR. Mainly, it's a little bit blurry. You have to turn your X-plane settings down a touch, depending on what system you've got, of course. But the immersion in some of these aircraft is absolutely unreal. It's like sitting in the actual aircraft. It's hard to describe. You have to try it yourself, you know, to see what it's like. But it's definitely the future, without a doubt. And to be honest, since I've done a few flights in VR, quite a few now, in various aircraft, and I don't like flying in 2D anymore. You know, even with my track IR, it's not the same. It's not the same as sitting in that cockpit and looking out the window as if you're in the real aircraft. Some aircraft are really, really good. Some are, you know, not so good. As we get new updates to aircraft, obviously they'll be updating the VR, so the aircraft will work in VR. I think if we just go back to on the ground at Birmingham, this is one of my favourite general aviation aircraft that works fantastic in VR. This is the Mitsubishi MU2, which is Mark S, which is available from X Aviation. I've had this plane quite some time. I don't think I've done a video on this aircraft, but it really is a fantastic aircraft. And if you see this aircraft in virtual reality, the cockpit just blows you away. It's just like sitting in the real cockpit. So let's just have a look inside the cockpit. Can't show you what it's like in VR, obviously, but just have a look to see what it's like inside. Okay, here we are. in the MU2, and as you can see, it looks really good. It looks daunting at first, but it's really easy to start up this aircraft and get it up and flying, and it flies fantastic. It's got a Garmin 530 in the center there, so you can do export flight plans into X-Plane and use the Garmin. There's not much on the overhead, mostly switches, light switches and anti-ice, etc. I think it holds about six passengers, 2 crew and 6 passengers. It's got quite a range. I think it's around about 1,000 nautical miles. It's got just live outside tip tanks there for extra fuel, and as I say, it really is a fantastic aircraft. This it's nice to fly, handles really good on FPS. And I love it, and I tell you, in VR, it's fantastic. It really is. 3 other aircraft that work really well in virtual reality. The Zibo 737-800 works fantastic. I think all the switches and everything is clickable in VR. And flies really great. Another one is the IXEG 733. That's another one that works really good. There are quite a few aircraft that work nice now in VR. The Rotate MD8 is another favourite one of mine. That works really nice in virtual reality. As I say, you've got to try it to see how good it is, but it is a little bit, depending on the aircraft as well. Some of the instruments you have to zoom in a bit to read them. They're a little bit blurry, and of course the scenery outside is not the same as 2D, but the immersion in the aircraft is phenomenal. You think you're in the sitting in the aircraft itself. It really is fantastic. I love it, but it's a lot of cost. You have to decide whether you think it's going to be worth it. I think a bit disappointing at the moment. The Flight Factor A320 doesn't work in VR. There's no clickable spots in there. The Tollis A319 does work to a degree, but you have to use the mouse for the clickable spots, and for some reason, if I have the mouse clicks turned on in VR, it's not very good on my FPS. But I'm sure they'll, both those aircraft will be updated to work in VR. The 757 Flight Factor and the 767 both work in native VR. I haven't tried the 767 because I don't own that yet, but the 757 works quite well. It looks really nice, and there's quite a few laminar stock aircraft seem to work okay. A lot of aircraft work really well, but there are some that some of the switches won't work in VR. But as I say, they will be updated, no doubt. So I think that's about it for this video. I thought I'd just give you a little bit of insight of what I've been doing. That's what I've been playing with VR for the last few weeks or so, and hopefully we'll come back with another video soon and do perhaps a cold and dark start, perhaps on this MU2, because I don't think I've done a video on this before, so I might well do that very soon, because I tell you, this aircraft is fantastic, really worth getting. So till next time, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon.